but I believe in direct mail. So I want you guys thinking about mixing in mailers with your probate marketing. And I want to give you guys a couple of principles for direct mail. And number one is you want to plan for the stages of probate. Plan for the stages of probate. And that basically means understand where people are in their journey. If they just filed probate last week and you write them and you say, hey, I'm a real estate investor, I'll buy your house, recognize that a lot of times they haven't had those discussions with the family. They might view you as predatory. They probably have legal stuff that's a little bit overwhelming. That letter might go in the trash or might go on a pile, and they think, I'll look at that later. I'm not ready for that. Early in the process, they're probably needing some legal help. They might need help arranging a grass cut, or maybe there's a leaking sink in the house. They might need help in other areas beyond just the real estate. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that you ignore the real estate. It just means that you put a little bit more emphasis into early stage problems that they might be facing. So plan for the stages. If they're 4 months into the process and you've never engaged with them yet, you've sent them 4 months of letters, you've tried them on the phone, that letter in the 4th month is probably more about real estate than anything else. So it's just the stages of probate. Where are they likely to be in that process? And that's what my letter is going to focus on, or my mail is going to focus on. Try not to overwhelm them with information. Don't give them every little tiny detail of what they can do. Agents that I used to coach would show up with a list of 299 different things that they would show a client that they would do in a listing appointment. And I'd say, I guarantee your clients are glossed over. How many of them have fallen asleep during your listing presentation? It's too much. Yes, you do all these things. You don't have to drone on and put people to sleep because you do them. Categorize. So try to summarize your information in short format. If you look at letters through Probate Mastery, if you look at letters through any lead provider, look at those and ask yourself, can I boil this down into something that's a little bit more digestible to the person that's reading it? And then last is you want to implement your main ingredients first and then add seasoning second. Okay, and what do I mean by that? When you put a marketing campaign together, specifically with direct mail, but this is for marketing in general, when you put a marketing campaign together, you want to start with your big high impact pieces. High impact pieces are going to be things like maybe a letter flat in like a FedEx envelope or a cardboard envelope that really breaks down the things that you're offering. So that's going to be a major ingredient in your campaign. It might be a letter that tells them the bullet points of what you cover. Short, don't overcomplicate those, but the letter. Seasoning might be a quick little note card or a quick little postcard that's 2 or 3 days behind your letter. Seasoning might be a text message that goes out. It's just seasoning. So you want to build your main ingredients first with those core pieces that you want to deliver a powerful message. And then your seasoning are just tiny little brand reminders that keep you top of mind. So an example of a well thought out dish that I might deliver when it comes to marketing is I might have a little box of information with a vendor flyer and a letter and a brochure and a pen in it. Okay. And then I might have 4 letters that follow that about a month apart. And then about 2 or 3 times through that campaign, I might drop a short, not a short, but a simple, easy to read postcard 2 or 3 or 4 days behind one of the letters, just to kind of remind them. Maybe they put my letter on the desk and it started to pile up. And then maybe they put it in a drawer. They thought, I might need this person later, but they start to forget me. So the postcard just kind of drops in there to be a brand booster, brand reminder. Oh, yeah, there's Bruce again. Maybe it's an email. Maybe it's a text, something like that. So I want you guys to think about those things as seasoning that kind of sprinkle into a mailing campaign. So number 1, plan for the stages of probate. Number 2, don't overwhelm people with information. I'm getting a little hoarse, forgive me. Number 3, implement your main ingredients first, your core pieces for delivery, and then work on some seasoning.